Afternoon, everyone. My name is Martha DeCosta Sherwood, and this is our episode of Real Talks Live. We are having candid talks that hope to kind of break silences, shatter glass ceilings, and challenge social norms. Today, this lunchtime, we are going to be talking about the fallacy of the work hard and you will succeed mantra. As you will see, I'm not in my normal location. I am out on a training today. However, I didn't want to miss this live, and so I am coming to you from my training. Now, this is an important talk for me. I think it's an important talk for all of us because it's something that we definitely hear in the professional world and life in general. Work hard, work hard, work hard, and you will succeed. And like most things that kind of do a very simple do this and it equals that, it's not that simple. And we want to delve into that because what I would like to do is actually find out what do we really need to do to succeed in any of our ventures and how does hard work fit into that. Okay, so where do we see this narrative? So you'll see it in blogs, you'll see it in guides, you would hear it in the workplace. It's kind of how we think. And work hard. So what does work hard typically look like? So typically work hard will be the things such as, you've got like that 5 a.m. club, get up, early bird catches the worm. You'll have also the people who go to bed late, so they don't sleep loads. They live on 4 or 5 hours sleep. You have the people who work 7 days a week. People who are sacking off friends, they're not making it to things with friends. These are all the sorts of typical types of behaviors that you will hear around this work hard or to demonstrate that you'll work hard. There seems to be like this kind of fetishism around, that kind of hustle and grind and, do the utmost to succeed. Now, this is misguided. And it's dangerous, and it's for a number of reasons, and I'm going to break those down to you. So the idea that you must work hard to succeed in life is a false dichotomy. Okay, there's not a universal rule that says every single person that works hard is going to be rewarded with success, because the truth of it is our lives, economies, the world, it's not a meritocracy. That's very simplistic. We would really love it to be that. It would be beautiful if it was guaranteed and a definitive process that what you put in is what you get out. I mean, we're much more complicated than that. So to believe that, it's simple, it's easy. Do you want to succeed in life? Just work hard. That's flawed. That's a very flawed argument. Okay, so, and it's flawed because you know that and you feel this yourself. There's so many things. There's nepotism, we've experienced that. There's favoritism. There's all the different types of capital, signaling with our qualifications or industries that we work in. There's lots of discriminations, right? All of these things mean even if you work hard, doesn't necessarily mean you will succeed. So we need to be mindful of that. Secondly, it's misguided. Now, this is a big thing. It's misguiding because, again, for every single person who has been working hard, and most people do work hard, but doesn't necessarily mean they all end up being successful. Right? So what happens instead then is what we do is we end up having survivor bias. And what that means is that we only focus on the people who, if you work hard, you become successful, where that is true. So we ignore all the people who have done the work hard. Any of the top people that the people, the top entrepreneurs, the Richard Bransons, the Bill Gates, any of those people, the top celebrities, the Will Smiths, the Oprah Winfreys, the top sports people, okay, right, the Ronaldos. And all of these groups of people, they will all tell you, okay, that working hard was a big part of their success. Okay. And in fact, their journey, it will seem as though the reason why they made it is because they worked hard. So does that mean the sports people who don't even make it to become professional pros didn't work hard? Does that mean the untold of celebrities, singers, actors, comedians, and all sorts of people, does that mean that they didn't work hard? They weren't working hard, and that's the reason why they didn't make it. The untold business people who used their blood, sweat, and tears in working and didn't make it. So you see, it's not that simple at all. It's really not that simple. And so whilst working hard would have definitely been a big part of that journey, it's not the entire journey. So it's misguided to simply think that work hard and you will succeed. And we need to make sure we don't kind of focus on this narrative that is constantly applied, because what we do is we then attach ourselves and we think, okay, I'm going to be like Will Smith because he worked hard, and I'm going to emulate those processes. Like, you're going to try and emulate those things that they did, and you're going to believe that, oh, you were trying to emulate those things, which may not work for you because you definitely do not have the same background, circumstances, resources as he did. The other side of it is it could actually be kind of demotivating, because then you're going to say there are particular types of people who become successful. And if you don't resonate with any of those people who become successful, then you're going to believe, okay, I'm not going to be successful. Maybe you won't put in the work that's required for you to achieve the success that you need. And third, it's dangerous. Okay, so this idea of just soul alone, work hard equals success, simple, that line is dangerous, because in society today, you'll come to see that no one talks about the sacrifices that have been made in order for people to be successful. So we don't see the rough, the nitty, the gritty part of it. And you hear about it later, but because the focus has been on success so much, those things are not brought up. For example, lots of so successful people might say, I wasn't there when my children were growing up. So they missed important life events because they were working so hard. I mean, is that worth it? Is that the only thing you need to do in order to be successful? And then, we've all experienced those people, okay, who work in industries whereby they're so busy. We've all got that busy friend or that busy cousin, busy brother, maybe it's even your partner, who is so busy that they're flaky. They don't turn up to any gatherings that you have, okay? They miss important events. They don't seem to have time. You actually don't speak to them. They never return your calls. So those relationships aren't nurtured. So that's dangerous. So as a result of this whole, you need to work hard, you're actually finding that you're missing important life events, and you're actually affecting relationships. How about your health? How many times have we seen these people who are so busy, and then we skip breakfast, we skip lunch, okay? Or we're constantly on the go. So we are eating fast foods. So that isn't healthy. Or we don't have the time for our health and well-being. So we're in stressed environments and we've not taken any time out for ourselves. Okay, we're not going to the gym. We're not doing anything of pleasure. There's no leisure time. There's no leisure time. So you don't go to the cinema. You don't go to the movies. You don't read books. There isn't anything else but work, work, work. And that's dangerous, because I really want you to think about what's going to be the quality of life if that's everything that you're doing. What does that look like? Is that something you want to do? And I also want to point out that the research shows that a lot of the negative things that come with working hard are very, very detrimental. Very detrimental. For example, I'm going to use sleep as an example, because sleep is one of the things that gets kind of overlooked the most. And there are numerous studies that identify that employees who don't sleep enough actually underperform, and employees who get something as little as an extra hour of sleep, okay, can increase their effectiveness and their productivity. Just something as simple as that. Sports players who got an additional nap of just 40 minutes saw their performance and their accuracy increase. People who took time holidays from work, when you looked at that on organizations as an average, found that their end of term annual reviews and appraisals, their performance was better. All of these things by simply taking time out. So that whole idea of working hard and missing on sleep and eating and all these additional things actually does more harm than good. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't work hard. So I don't want us to go from one extreme to the other, right? So I don't want us to go from the extreme of work hard equals success to, okay, it's okay, you're not going to work hard and you're going to be successful, because we all know that's not true. But what I want us to realize is that work hard is one factor. It's one part of a bigger picture. It's one part of the different things that you need to do in order to be successful. And so, and rather than simply working hard, and we would have heard this, you need to work smart. So it's not just working harder, you need to work smarter. For example, very few of us handwrite things now, right? We are typing things up because that's smarter. We can edit it, we can share it, we can do so much more things with it by writing and typing things up. So working hard might just be us. Imagine you were trying to you're doing a task for work and you hand wrote the entire piece and you've worked hard on it. You've dedicated the time, you have been focused. And this is a piece that you need to share or you're going to need to present on and do something with. That's not in the best format for you. And so the likelihood is you're going to be doing additional work because you're going to probably need to now turn that into a soft copy or put it into another medium that you can use it. But if you typed it in the first instance, it would have been much easier for you to do something that you can use text to speech. You can transfer it from a Word document and put it onto a presentation. If there's any sorts of designs, you can also do so. So it's about working smarter. That is the key. That is the icing on the cake. Work smart. If we were saying work smart, working smart equals success, that would be definitely something that we could narrow down and say, if you work smart, you are going to be successful. And I'm not going to get into the idea of what does success mean, because that very much so is dependent on people. It's very, 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 very subjective. But definitely, if you are working smart and you are making sure that working smart means you are focusing on your time management, because that's a big thing. Because loads of these things are the idea of we need additional amount of time to do things. So working on your time management. Prioritizing. Okay, what's the most important thing that you need to do? We often have a task of an unlimited amount of things to do that we just cannot get done in the time allocated. You can't do everything. So the tasks that you need to do are the ones that are the most important. And how you prioritize them could be various things. It could be about importance. It could be about urgency, loads of different things. But they're the things you need to focus on. So you're making sure that you're making the most of your time and you're doing the most important things in that time. And lastly, back to what I said about the difference between hand typing, writing something and typing something up, is making sure that you are utilizing tools or techniques and resources that make that process efficient. That is working smart. And by doing so, you are going to more than likely guarantee your success. So, with that being said, the idea that it is as simple as you work hard and you succeed is flawed for so many different reasons. Life and human beings are so much more complicated than that. We are. And there are a lot of sacrifices in various different ways that you make if you solely work hard. You need to work smart. And ultimately, you need to genuinely ask yourself, what is it that you're trying to achieve and why? What's that success for me? What does success look like for you? Because I guarantee you, as time goes on, all the sacrifices that you will make if you solely focus on working hard are unlikely to produce the results that you want. So think about that. And so I hope you have found that useful, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thank you.